In this video, I'm going to solve this example of the integral of x to the 4 times e to the x over 2. The thing is, if you look at this example, you will notice that using this integration by parts technique, you will use a lot of time and at least 4 iterations to solve this out. So that means you will have to apply this formula 4 times at least. And the thing is, luckily for you, there is a super shortcut to solve these kind of problems, and it's called the tabular method. Actually, it's not official name as far as I know, but I usually call it just tabular method. Essentially, what you have to do, you have to use this table, which I'm going to write like this. Oh, there's a very ugly line. It's there it is, and I'm going to write my as best as I can. This is u. It's going to be here my v prime, and you're going to start out by writing here what's going to be u, which is the x, and e prime will be e to the x over 2. And now the thing is, on the left side, which the variable is going to be u, you're going to take derivatives of this expression until you reach a0. Now, this tabular method has different strategies depending on the kind of integral you're trying to solve. And this for the kind of this one, where you have an x multiplying or polynomial multiplying some other expression like a exponential or a trigonometric, you can use this tabular method in the way I'm going to show you. So the first thing, you're going to start by taking a derivative of this expression until you reach a0. So the first derivative will be 4 times x to the third. Then the second derivative will be 12 times x squared. Then it's going to be 24 times x. Then the next one's going to be 24. And the next one's going to be 0. Now, I'm going to draw a super line a bit down. And that's a very ugly line, even for me. Okay, there it is. So the thing is, and then now I'm going to take the integral, the antiderivative of this, what's supposed to be v prime in the first place. So the first derivative of here, this e to the x over 2, will be 2 times e to the x over 2. It's a very ugly 2. There it is. Now the second derivative will be 4 times e to the x over 2. The third, antiderivative will be 8 times e to the x over 2. Then will be here 16 e to the x over 2. Then will be 32 times e to the x over 2. And then you stop once you reach the level where the 0 is located. Now the thing is, this integral that we're trying to solve is going to look like in a very particular way. It's going to be an addition and subtraction of terms. So something like a plus b minus c plus d, something like this. The thing is, we can find all these terms by using the table we have on the right. So I'm going to use it in this way. So I'm going to multiply this first term times the second on the other row. Now, the second on the first row is going to multiply the third on the second column, sorry. It's going to multiply this one times this one, this one times this one, this one times this one, and then we stop because we reached the 0. If anything that we will have on the right side will be anyway multiplied times the 0, there's no point to continue. So now here, as you may see, this negative sign that you have on the formula from integration by parts will affect these multiplications that we're going to set here. So I'm going to write it in this way. So the first one is going to be a positive. So I'm going to write it here. It's going to be, we consider it to be a positive term. Now the second one, considering this negative sign, is going to be a negative one. The third one is going to be a positive one. It's going to be a negative one, and then it's going to be a positive one. There it is. So the thing is, let's write it down and see how this works to be. So we have the first multiplication is going to be, I'm going to first write it and then simplify it after it. It's going to be x squared times 2 times e to the x over 2. This is the first multiplication, which is this one. It's positive, so we don't have to worry about the sign. Now the next one is going to be negative, so we will start with minus. It's going to be the first term, which is 4 times x to the third times the second term, which is 4 times, and we're just going to write it without parentheses. It's going to be like this. Now the third multiplication, which is going to be positive, is going to look like this, plus would be 12 times x squared times 8 times e to the x over 2. Now it would be minus 24 times x times 16 times e raised to the x over 2. And then would be plus, oh, we're running out of space here, so I'm going to 24 times 32 times e to the x over 2. Now here we'll have to add a plus c. I'm going to write it here super small just to, and well, after this we just have to simplify it out because we are actually done with this problem. We look like this: 2 times x to the 4 times e raised x over 2 will be here minus 16 x to the third times e to the x over 2. There it is. So it would be 8 times 12 would be 96 x squared times e to the x over 2. Oh, x, that's a very ugly x, I'm sorry. X over 2, there it is. Now minus 24 times 16, that's going to be 384 x times e to the x over 2, that's x over 2, and will be plus 24 times 32, which is going to be 786 times e to the x over 2, and all this plus c, and actually that would be it with this one. This is the solution for this example.